Hello, citizens of the planet, and welcome back to Monday Musings with Larry Lelli. And this past week was the culmination of that 29-hour reading that I was telling you about last week, the development of that new Broadway musical that I was involved in. We did 4 performances for the industry people and the investors, and there was a lot of excitement in the room. I think it's going to move forward toward Broadway. I'll keep you posted. But anyway, something happened during one of those performances that made me remember and want to share with you something that's just a part of being a live theater musician. And that is, we are often called upon to make split-second decisions and improvise something completely unrehearsed when it's clear that something is about to go wrong in the performance. In the theater, sometimes that can mean a set piece won't come in on time. The computer might jam, and we would need to stall and vamp in the music, what they call it, repeat the same section of music over and over until we're ready to go on. Or perhaps an actor is off stage doing their costume change and doesn't make it back on time in their scene for their entrance, and the other actors have to ad-lib dialogue and make stuff up, waiting for the other actor to get back. Or someone will come in early, or someone will come in late, or things happen. It's live. So, that happened many times during these readings because they're very under-rehearsed. They get 29 hours and that's it to rehearse everything, and that's not a lot of time. So, it probably happened 24 times when I was called upon to improvise some musical idea or whatever in order to keep the song from crashing and burning. 23 of those times it worked out. One of those times it did not work out. And none of us know what happened to this day. We talked about it afterward. We still don't know what happened, but the singers were in a different place. Half of us in the band were in one place. Half of us in the band were in another place. It was so far apart that there was no way to get everybody back together. Simply impossible. So the musical director had to stop us and restart us at the top of that section of the song. That hardly ever happens on Broadway, but it does happen sometimes in these readings because they're just so under-rehearsed. And that happened, and we all felt awful in that moment because it feels like the floor drops out from underneath you when that happens. Because you just nobody knows where you are or what's going on. It's just this big swirling, it's like you're, in a hurricane or something. Everything's just swirling around you. A musical hurricane. But anyway, you learn something from it if there's something to be learned. Sometimes there's not, and it's just life happened, and that was a live theater moment. And you forget about it, and you move on, So that was my musing for you this Monday. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.